Greetings, friends, and welcome to Captain Samuel's Two Half-Wits Should Make a Whole. Get together, you snakes. August is Intersectionality Awareness Month, which means being aware of how all the different aspects of your identity, race, class, gender, etc., make up who you are. And to celebrate, this month we're taking a look at the 1940s comic, The Green Turtle, and the modern graphic novel reimagining of the character called The Shadow Hero. Now, what's unique about the Green Turtle is that he not only has a secret identity like most superheroes, he has an extra secret identity as the first Chinese-American superhero. The consensus is that the publisher did not want the Green Turtle to be Chinese, so the comic's creator, Chu Hing, obscured the Green Turtle's face so that he did not have to comply with the instructions to make the Green Turtle a European-American. So let's start by taking a closer look at this special creation from the golden age of comics. The Green Turtle is set during World War II, when the Japanese invaded China. It's a war propaganda comic, and the most noticeable thing is the blatantly racist stereotypes of the Japanese. They're portrayed as conniving brutes and illustrated as buck-toothed goblins. I understand the context of doing this during a war, but still, it ain't right. Conversely, the Chinese are depicted as square-jawed, muscular, and honest. They're also loyal allies to the United States. Chinese guerrillas and U.S. military officers team up in some of the stories. In the context of this war, the Green Turtle appears. It just says he comes out of a green ether. He has a voluminous cape and his face is usually obscured even though he wears a mask. His shadow is a turtle, but why that is never explained, and the turtle shadow never does anything interesting. The Green Turtle doesn't have any obvious superpowers either. One time he dodges the fire of two machine guns in a crossfire and the bullets miss him and the machine gunners kill each other. He has a jet-powered plane bristling with miniguns, and he can fire into a crowd to kill enemy soldiers without hitting any civilians. Then in one episode out of nowhere, the Japanese just build the exact same jet so they can frame him, which makes it feel less special. He's just not that impressive a hero, and often his sidekick Burma Boy shows up unexpectedly to bail him out. I actually enjoyed Burma Boy more as a character. He's a poor beggar boy orphan, but also a resolute, fearless young man. He runs around quoting pithy sayings like something that would be in a fortune cookie. The storylines weren't that interesting either. I honestly forget what most of them were. I think that's because a lot of them were just the Japanese rolling into a village and the Green Turtle and Burma Boy kicking their asses. The two stories that did stand out were because of how ridiculous they were. I already mentioned how the Japanese just casually reconstruct the Green Turtle's secret jet plane, but then Burma Boy finds a spare jet plane and there's secret jet planes flying around everywhere. It would be like if a Batman comic had the Batmobile for sale at the local Honda dealership and everybody was just driving it around. The other silly story was when the Japanese put a mind control chemical in a village well, turning some Chinese militia into fighters for their enemy. The cure for the chemical is to splash them with water, so the Chinese hide in the trees and empty their canteens onto the mind-controlled soldiers, which cures them. Too bad it wasn't raining that day. The heroes could have taken the day off. So that's the Green Turtle. In terms of what I liked and didn't like, as I mentioned, it has blatantly racist depictions of the Japanese, and the hero and the story just aren't that interesting. Still, it has a certain cheese factor and is interesting as a historical piece. I give it 3 stars, but only really recommend it if you're into World War II history or want to read something from the golden age of comics that's way off the beaten path. And that brings us to the modern graphic novel reimagining by Gene Luen Yang and illustrator Sonny Liu. It's set in the 1920s Chinatown in a fictional United States city. A Chinese grocer's wife is dispirited and bored with the grim existence of Chinatown until she is helped by a superhero and gets the idea that, her son could be a superhero. Now, the son is about in his 20s, and his mom tries to give him superpowers with a variety of comedic methods based on superhero tropes, and sends him out on some do-gooding missions around the city, but that runs the family afoul of the Chinese mafia. The young man learns a profound secret about his father and does gain a superpower, and learns what it means to be a real hero as he stands up to the Chinese mafia and the corrupt white government that looks the other way. This was a touching story, and it answers a lot of questions about the Green Turtle from the original comic. It answers his origin story, what the turtle shadow is and what it does, how he can dodge bullets, and how he ended up in China during World War II. And I especially appreciated that it points out how absurd it is that superheroes can be from another planet, but they can't be Chinese. Some of the author's humor, though, did clash with the serious themes and events in the story, but overall I enjoyed it. I give the graphic novel 4 stars and recommend it. Anyway, these were 2 fascinating, fun reads. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for watching.